Just a broken arm? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast siblings. Tonight we got episode 10 of Survive. We're going to talk about the 3 biggest takeaways. As always, some of them pretty unbelievable. But before we dive in, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single episode, as Quibi airs new episodes every single day. So you don't want to miss. Let's get into it. Starting with big takeaway number 1, a broken arm. Just a broken arm. Paul Hart, okay? He already has a broken rib. Okay, he's been bleeding for several days, can barely breathe. He falls off of a cliff. He falls off of a cliff. He falls off of a cliff. I'm not sure we ever really do see how steep it was. But anyway, he survives with no more than a broken arm. This just has me scratching my head. I mean, they really want us to believe that he survived this fall with his pre-existing injuries. Now, there are consequences to this fall, and we'll get into those a little bit later, but just the fact that he is still breathing after an event like that blows my mind. Big takeaway number 2, Jane says she loves Paul, and Paul says she loves Jane. Now, what kind of love this is, we don't really know, and there are some clues in the next big takeaway, but this just goes to show that the journey that they've been on these last couple days and the ways that they've opened up to each other and have had to rely on each other, it's really made them closer. You know, they say you can find out the most about somebody in the most dire of circumstances, and you can't get too much dire than this. I mean, they've really had to rely on each other, and thankfully for them, for their sakes, they kind of hit it off before all this drama hit, so there's no question like whether they even would have gotten along outside of dire circumstances. They were already talking on the plane. They already seemed to like each other a little bit, and so the unthinkable circumstance they now find themselves in, it's just helping to expedite that process of those feelings that are growing between them. Finally, big takeaway number 3, guys. Paul and Jane have to part ways. Like I said, there were consequences to Paul falling off of a cliff with broken ribs. He can no longer walk. He's completely immobile at this point. He has to lay down now. Did anybody notice he's laying down like several feet away from another cliff? It's like they didn't learn their lesson from the last cliff. Just stay away from the edge. Anyway, so Jane and Paul part ways, with Jane promising that she's going to get help and she's going to bring it back with her. But it's weird because they say they love each other, and I don't really know what kind of love this is. Maybe it's a friendship, a strong friendship love, because this could be the last time she sees Paul and they don't kiss at all. So I don't know if that means anything. Maybe they're just not there yet. So with a kiss on the forehead, Jane is off on her own in the wilderness to go get help. And you know what? I never stopped to think, how do either of them know where they're going? Do either of them know how to navigate the wilderness? I mean, it's only been a couple of days, so it's more about just not dying than actually knowing how to get anywhere. And they did find water, and water means people, so they're moving in the right direction. But they didn't set up either of these characters as knowing anything about the outdoors, so I guess we'll just have to fill in the blanks there. So guys, that's going to do it for our 3 biggest takeaways from Survive episode 10. It seems we only have 2 more episodes, so now more than ever, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss an episode. New episodes come out every day, so in theory we should be wrapping this up by Friday, but never fear, we got more Quibi down in the description, so we got you covered when this wraps up. Also, be sure to like the video if you like the video, and check out our sister channel, the Lotta Quente Ledger. My bro Jay is covering another Quibi series, Most Dangerous Game, over there, so links to everything will be down in the description. Let's talk down in the comments about this episode and the season thus far. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.